Dark Matter's renewal is exciting, but it also means Season 2 of the multiverse show could follow a similar trajectory that doomed another adaptation of a book by the same writer. Blake Crouch is a renowned sci-fi author, and while only 2 shows have been created from his literary work so far, there is far more potential to come from his impressive back catalog. Although changes were made to 2016's Dark Matter book for Season 1, the overall story remained the same in Apple TV+'s version. However, Dark Matter Season 2's confirmation calls for a very different production process. Joel Edgerton led the cast of Dark Matter Season 1 as Jason Desson. Although the inaugural run of episodes ends with the possibility of Edgerton's return in Season 2, the story's continuation would also largely make sense without his presence. Dark Matter Season 1's ending implies the focus will shift to other characters. Blake Crouch's first live-action adaptation back in 2015 repeated this storytelling trick, but it did not go well. Wayward Pines Season 2 is proof that Dark Matter Season 2 might not work. Both Blake Crouch shows ran out of source material after Season 1. There is only one Dark Matter book, as Crouch never wrote a sequel. Interestingly, Dark Matter Season 1 covers the entirety of the story. As such, there's nothing left to adapt as the show moves beyond the source material. This isn't the first time a TV show adapted from Crouch's work has adopted this technique. While Wayward Pines Season 1 reworked existing characters and storylines, Wayward Pines Season 2 was left to create fresh additions to the timeline. Unfortunately, this led to a dip in quality when compared to Season 1 and an eventual cancellation. The Dark Matter source material being so limited resulted in the expectation that the Apple TV+ show would be one and done. Those unfamiliar with the book perhaps wouldn't be as surprised by the Season 1 finale, Entanglement. Cliffhangers and other teases aren't anything new in the final episode of a season of television. However, Dark Matter Season 2's story will be built from scratch, which is a worryingly huge part of the reason why Wayward Pines Season 2 failed. Hopefully, Dark Matter can learn from the mistakes made by its live-action Blake Crouch predecessor. Wayward Pines' lack of source material in Season 2 makes far less sense than Dark Matter Season 2. Fox tried to squeeze 3 books into one season of TV with Wayward Pines. There is a notable difference between the source material for Wayward Pines and Dark Matter, and it comes down to the amount that's available to adapt. Fox's version of Wayward Pines made the ambitious decision to compress the events of an entire book trilogy into a 10-episode run. It perhaps would have made far more sense for the show to adapt one book at a time. That way, Wayward Pines Season 2 could have covered the events of the second book rather than having to take the form of an original and untested story. Although Dark Matter Season 2 finds itself in a similar position as Wayward Pines Season 2, it has at least arrived at the same point after a much more fitting number of episodes. Crouch's 2016 sci novel was used as the basis for 9 episodes of the Apple TV+ show. Thankfully, Dark Matter's multiversal premise means the possibilities for the show's canon are almost without end. So, the story's continuation can include the same cast members, while Wayward Pines had a considerable overhaul in terms of its on-screen personnel. It fitted in with the world's lore, but it hurt the show. Why Dark Matter Season 2 will be better than Wayward Pines Season 2? Blake Crouch is far more involved with the Dark Matter show than he was with Wayward Pines. Although the Wayward Pines TV show wouldn't exist without Blake Crouch, his involvement with the adaptation was limited. He's credited as co-writing 2 episodes with the Duffer Brothers in Season 1, but Crouch didn't write any in the second run of episodes. It's just unclear how much influence Crouch's waning involvement had on Wayward Pines' decline, but it's possible it was indeed a factor. Dark Matter Season 2 won't have that same obstacle. Blake Crouch served as the showrunner and lead writer for Dark Matter Season 1, and he's confirmed to return as the showrunner for Season 2. So, just as all the new additions and changes already made to the show were approved by the book's original author, the story's continuation in the coming episodes will benefit from the same huge advantage. In short, Dark Matter's future is much more promising than how Wayward Pines Season 2 turned out.